Hi, this is Andy Jeezy, Program Coordinator of the Online Liberal Studies program at the University of Illinois at Springfield. This year, students, myself, and some faculty members as well are going to create an online blogging community. So this video is kind of a quick presentation of how to start a blog. You're free to start a blog if you want to be part of our community in any sort of blogging environment you wish, but I'm going to recommend that you use Blogger for a few reasons. Because it's probably the largest blogging environment there is online. It's owned by Google, so you can tell it's a huge product. It's very stable. It allows you a great deal of flexibility to make your blog look like you want it to look and do the sort of things you want it to do. But probably the best reason to pick Blogger is that it's a really easy program to use. So it's once you get this started up, blogging is no more complicated than writing emails. To start with, if you would, go to this URL. I'll wait a few moments, give you a chance to type that in. If you want to hit pause, that would work as well. When you type that in, you're going to end up here. The first thing you need to do to start a blog on Blogger is to establish a Google account. So if you already have a Gmail account, that's fine. You have a Google account. If you have Google Groups, if you're working with Google in general, you may well have a Google account. If not, we need to start one up. You don't necessarily need to have a Gmail account, a Google email account, so you can use any email you want. So as long as you have an email in mind, we can get started. I would encourage you, if you're new to blogging, to take this quick tour that you see here. It's very brief. It gives you just an idea of what a blog is as you move forward. When you get to the end of that, it actually takes you to this link, Create Your Own Blog. I'm hoping that this is as easy as it seems because I'm doing this live. So if I can do this, you know this is easy. The first thing I would recommend you do is you're going to have to deal with what this says. And I think I can read that, but what I might recommend is before you type anything in, just hit your refresh button until you think you see something that you can read fairly well. They do this primarily so that spammers don't come in and just create blogs without any sort of human attached. So this is kind of guaranteeing that a human is attached here because an optical character reader can't actually read that. I think I can read that, so I'm going to start the account now. I'm going to use an email account that I just created called howtoblog22@yahoo.com. I would encourage you, if you want to get a hold of me, to not email me at that account, because after I do this demonstration, I will never look at that email account again. It's just to help us do this. When it comes to a password, remember how you set up your UIS password. I would encourage you to use those same sort of rules. So have a strong password. Think 8 characters at least. Think numbers and alphabetical characters. Think capital letters and lowercase letters. In this case, I'm going to try to type. Oops, let me do this again. You have to type it twice, so I better make sure I know what I'm typing. Okay, there's one. Hopefully I can type it again while I talk. For display name, this is actually like a signature. So as you post to your blog, a name's going to be attached to signature, so this is just who you are. You don't have to put your actual name. You can type in whatever pseudonym you want. Scroll down here. Now you have to type in that garbled text. I think I'm reading that correctly. I'm going to look at it real quick. Nope, I typed it wrong. This is, in my mind, the hardest part about setting up a blog, because if you type that wrong, it doesn't work. So let me think. You're going to accept the terms. Fingers crossed, I'm going to click this and it's going to work. It did. I promise you, that's the hardest part about setting up a blog, is making sure you type all that in correctly. For blog title, everything that's on this page, I should say, you can change later. But the blog title is just the name of your blog. It can be anything you want. It doesn't have to be unique. I'm going to name this, for the sake of argument, What I Learned This Week, because that's what we're trying to do with our blog community. This is actually the URL, so this is the address that you would give people if you wanted to send them to your blog spot. I would encourage you to put in whatever you want. For the sake of not taking away a good URL from someone else, I'm just going to type in some gibberish here, because I don't want to take a really good one like google@blogspot.com, because then someone might have a really good use for that. Once you type it in, I would encourage you to check the availability. This is kind of just gobbledygook, so of course that one's available. But you might type in your name, whatever you want it to be. Be as unique as you feel like you want to be. Once you have that in there, hit continue. You come to the next page. this is where you get to you get to choose what your blog looks like. There's a limited number of these templates right now. These are actually, I think, all of the templates, but once you get inside, you'll see that there's variations of these. I'm going to pick a fairly simple one, but one that might not be generic. That's kind of a nice orange colored one. I'm going to pick that. That's what my blog looks like. And it's actually that quick. I've got a blog already. So if I click here, you'll see my blog.